What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's 95X Cares, our community animal rescue effort brought to you by the Law Office of William Mattar. I am Dixon, joined as always by Jenny. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. How was the holidays?
It was good. It seemed to once again blow by really fast, but it was a nice break, I think. How was yours?
I live on the water in Oswego County, so it was a little disruptive, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, I'm like really close to the city, so disruptive is a great word. So it was very noisy until like 3 a.m., which my children and my dog didn't love. So, but we made it through. The holidays passed, and I'm just looking forward to the next one.
You and me both, kiddo. So let's talk about Coco and Pebbles because it's odd to me that these two dogs, who are gorgeous, really fun-looking dogs, are 3 years old and have been in a shelter for 2.5 years.
Isn't that insane? I just it blows my mind and completely breaks my heart that yeah, these dogs were turned in at 9 months old. For the owner wasn't able to provide care, right? So they gave them over to Anita's Swan Humane Society, and they said, hopefully you guys can find them a better home. 9 months old, like they were literally puppies, and these dogs just they bonded or continued to bond in the shelter environment for the last 2.5 years as they have waited for their forever home, which is just crazy that their life has literally just been rescue.
Yeah,
So
it's wild, but they are a pair.
they
So
are. They definitely are very, very bonded. So they are looking for these dogs to be adopted together, which I think, let's just make note, it sounds maybe a little daunting to take on the task of not even just adopting one dog, but adopting two. However, I think it's definitely worth putting out there that when you adopt two dogs, they kind of can help break that barrier down where they might be like, this is a scary new environment. They kind of give each other a little bit more confidence. So that barrier of adjusting to your home might go a little bit easier than you think. Especially with a bonded pair like Coco and Pebbles. Coco, I think maybe it goes to say if you look at their picture, she's the brown brindley one, and Pebbles is the black and white one. Again, they're 3.5 years old, have been in the shelter since they were 9 months old. Coco is very, very, very social, very lovey-dovey. She just wants like those booty scratches and to be next to you all day long. Uh, and it was actually one of my good friends who had reached out. She's a dog trainer who had been visiting with them to say, like, all right, what's going on with these dogs and why are they still sitting here? Because they said, well, maybe like Pebbles is a little shy in the beginning. But she said that when she went and met him, he greeted her. He was happy. He just wanted those booty scratches. He definitely has a little bit more of an outgoing energy. Like once he comes out of his shell, like he's more active. He really enjoyed like going into a creek and going exploring. That was kind of his jam, where Coco's just kind of a cuddle bug. So they really have these like personalities that balance each other out. They did say like maybe older kids. I like to kind of back off that like age maybe like cap that we jumps into our head when we say older kids, and go with dog savvy kids, right? Like if you grew up in a household with dogs, um, you might be raising your children to be like super aware of how you should be acting around animals. And I think that they had just said that because of their size and because they have a lot of energy. Uh, so sorry about that. I think that you probably just picked up on that noise in the background. But so they're looking for dog savvy. And if you have a big family, maybe make a plan to go and meet them.
I love these two. You can tell that they're best friends. And to what you said earlier, right? Like I've been in situations where I've adopted two dogs at the same time.
Mhm.
It's like they have a sibling almost, right? Where
Right.
it's easier for them to acclimate themselves because they're doing it together.
Yeah, but this confidence booster, like, hey, like you think this is cool? Yeah, I think this is cool. All right, then maybe we're cool. It's somebody to kind of like check in with. And I think that that's a really awesome quality that you can give them during this transition.
Absolutely. And again, it's Anita's Steven Swan Human Rescue. They're located just outside of Utica. The information's on the bottom of the screen. There's also a link that you can click to just check out all the animals they've got out there. I know Utica isn't Syracuse, but it's close, and the story is just too compelling to ignore. I mean, you think about the
Absolutely.
fact that they have spent more than 80% of their lives in a shelter.
They're waiting, guys. Like I feel like whoever ends up getting their hands on them is just gonna be blown away by this very dynamic duo. Like I said, they balance each other out. You're gonna have two super fun dogs. I love having two dogs because it takes care of like all that extra energy that gets pent up. Like they do each other's bidding, like they do the wrestling and whatever, and they burn each other out before I really have to like get involved with, 4 hours of fetch. So go and meet them. Just kind of feel out those personalities. Or if you're watching this and a friend pops in your mind, you're like, well, I know they were talking about getting a dog. Maybe these two are going to be the best fit for them. So make sure to just kind of spread the word that Coco and Pebbles are waiting for their forever home for far too long. And we're hoping that that can be a hurdle that is in their past very soon.
Fingers crossed. If you're interested at all in having two brand new best friends, hit up Anita Swan right down in Utica, New York, and inquire on Coco and Pebbles. Jenny, thank you so much for bringing them to our attention. Fingers crossed they get adopted very soon.
Absolutely. And I'll have somebody for next week as well.
Very cool. We'll see you then. It's 95X Cares, our community animal rescue effort brought to you by the Law Office of William Matar for 95X.